Hello everyone, my name is Scott Castles and I'm the president of Kiewit Infrastructure Group. About 8 years ago, 11 firms got together and formed a safety industry group. Now the purpose of this was to improve our safety performance as firms and to improve safety performance in our industry. We established 3 common goals with this first meeting we had in 2007. The first goal was to share best practices between the firms. There's no secrets when it comes to safety. What I know, or any firm as part of the CISI knows, we want to share with each other to ensure we work as safe as we can. The second goal was to share common challenges we're facing and share safety culture issues. And the third goal was to focus on our people. Because at the end of the day, the most important reason we work incident-free is our people and their families. Now we believed that these 3 simple common goals would allow us to improve professionally our companies and improve in the industry. At last summit in September of 2014, we agreed that we would produce 4 safety videos. Now these 4 safety videos will deal with human equipment interface, they'll deal with reacting to change, they'll deal with risk tolerance and avoidance, and they'll deal with tools such as Listen Up, Speak Up, and engagement-based safety programs. But our hope is that these tools will be used over the 2 years to our next summit to raise safety awareness, to improve our performance, and to help reduce and eliminate injuries. Safety Week's an exciting time in our industry, and it's incredible that 50 firms have got together and agreed to buckle down and talk about safety that week. So with the introduction of our first CISI video, I ask everybody to also enjoy the second annual Safety Week and spend the time with our employees talking about safety and what it takes to work each and every day accident-free.
You're gonna stop. You're gonna run me over.
Where did you come from?
Well, I thought I could make it. You have to stop.
I can't. I didn't know you were there.
Well, my wife, my kids, we just had a newborn baby. You gotta stop.
I'm sorry.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Hey, did you guys hear about that serious accident yesterday down the road?
What happened?
Well, I'm not sure. I haven't heard all the details, but it sounds like a young kid ran behind a forklift and didn't get the acknowledgement or attention of the operator and was seriously injured.
Man, that's terrible. Nothing like that's gonna happen around here.
What makes you so sure about that?
Well, I'd like to think we have a better plan in place to prevent things like that from happening.
Well, we'll have a lot of equipment on our job site, so we got to make sure we have a plan for everything around that equipment. What exposures do we have?
Well, for starters, think of mechanics maintaining our equipment. We need to ensure everyone is aware of and following the lockout-tagout program.
Absolutely. We need a single person controlling the program.
Sometimes that's not enough, and multiple people have locks. Everyone must clear the locks and tags before the equipment is put back in service.
That's a good one. There's too much risk involved not to follow the lockout-tagout protocol. But what about the tragedy down the road? I know we say it won't happen here, but I've seen a lot of guys go around equipment, and I guess they just get lucky.
I guess that's true.
It couldn't hurt to have a safety stand down and review the importance of getting an operator's attention before crossing his path.
Drive home the point that it's never acceptable to cross the path of equipment without first getting the operator's attention.
And eye contact alone, it just isn't enough.
Yeah, it has to be a wave or a hand signal or confirmation from the operator spotter.
You bring up a good point with spotters. Do you think we're doing a good enough job assigning spotters to operators when they're needed?
Honestly, I'm not so sure. We have a lot of equipment on this project and there's not a lot of real estate. Most of our equipment moves are in extremely congested areas where employees could get seriously hurt or worse. Spotters are going to be very important in completing this project without getting anybody hurt.
I agree. We need to focus on working around corners, backing in equipment in large vehicles, as well as protecting the blind side of haul trucks or flatbed trailers, especially when we're performing loadout operations.
You said blind side, which makes me think about blind spots on equipment. We've all learned over the years that all of our equipment have significant blind spots that could cause our people to get hurt simply by the operator not seeing him.
Especially those skid steers. We have 5 of those on this job.
A skid steer? Come on, how bad can they be?
Don't let the size fool you, man. A skid steer has more blind spots than any other piece of equipment we have on site.
I guess it wouldn't hurt to refresh everyone on blind spots during our stand down as well.
You know, we can find diagrams and make posters that show the blind spot for each and every piece of equipment we have on site. If we review those with our people, along with letting them sit in the seat, it'll give them a better appreciation for what the operator is dealing with. It'll also give everyone a little more respect for the equipment itself and likely help in our efforts to increase the use of spotters on the project.
We should also audit all of our equipment to ensure backup cameras and alarms are functioning properly.
You know, we could hold an equipment rodeo and verify that everything is functioning properly while at the same time getting a better understanding of our operator's abilities in the seat.
The weather here changes dramatically from day to day. One thing that comes to mind is the conditions we will be working in.
Not only that, but housekeeping of our equipment will drastically increase or decrease the safety of our people.
The safety committee should remind the operators how important it is to maintain clean windows and mirrors, as well as keeping a clean cab. We already have enough challenges on this site with clear visibility. We don't want to challenge ourselves with things we can't control.
Absolutely. This should be addressed on an individual basis. If we cannot operate safely, we need to ensure the operators are empowered to shut down until we can fix whatever is wrong.
Shut down? You think it's a good idea to let an operator shut down an operation?
Didn't management go over their safety expectations with you?
What do you mean?
Safety begins with you. It's your responsibility to work safe, and it's your responsibility to make sure everyone around you is working safe.
I agree. Every single person has not only the right, but the responsibility to stop an operation if they feel it's unsafe or something just doesn't feel right. That even goes for us as craftsmen.
Let me ask you a question. Seems like you don't think you have the authority to stop work. What stops you from speaking up?
We're here to make money for the company. If we shut down an operation every time we see something wrong, we won't be working for very long.
Yeah, I get it. I understand how you would feel that way. But it's important to remember that management supports our philosophy and they support the craft 100%.
Everything will be done the safest way possible. If not, we'll stop and figure it out.
If we're not careful, what happened down the road could happen here. There's a lot that goes into protecting our people around equipment. Sounds like we have a good plan for addressing these risks. Let's go make it happen.
Hi, my name is Steve Howe. 9 years ago, I was in a near-fatal incident where an excavator bucket like this hit me in the pelvis and nearly tore my legs off. I've had 78 surgeries so far and still recovering. But what I've been struggling with is I didn't know that one bad choice that I'd make would create a ripple effect in my life and hurt all the ones that I love. Like my mom and dad, being told that they're gonna lose their only son. Or how they were financially struggling so they could be by my bedside in the hospital. Or my wife, having to deal with this emotional roller coaster ride. Do I stay with this man or not? Or just imagine your 3-year-old child at the bottom of your staircase and she lifts her arms up and says, "Daddy, hold me. Daddy, hold me." And you have to fight back those tears and pull her arms down and say, "Daddy can't. I can't even carry my own child up the stairs." So please, make safe choices at work. I hope you've seen from this short message how one poor choice creates a ripple that never stops.
I am Robert Bowe, president of Bowe Brothers Construction Company from New Orleans. The scenes in this video were made in a dramatic way to make a point. Working safely around heavy equipment requires planning and respect. All too often we grow complacent because the machines and their operation are familiar to us. This can lead to a mistaken belief that the equipment operator can see us and account for our safety at all times. We've all witnessed or heard stories about incidents or near misses caused by carelessness in working on or around heavy equipment. Share these stories with the members of your crew and encourage each person to speak up if they see something on the job that's not right. We all have an obligation to ourselves and our loved ones to go home safe every day.
I'm Chris Traylor, co-president of Traylor Brothers Incorporated. It is my hope that we've all been given the training, tools, and empowerment to do our jobs safely and effectively. Now it's up to all of us as individuals to use this information to make safe choices. I've read that we all make as many as 30,000 choices every day of our lives. How we make these choices determines the outcome of the events that we deal with. As we saw at the beginning of this video, the outcome that resulted in a serious injury was based on a poor decision by an employee. Through empowering our people, providing the proper training, as well as utilizing the resources provided by our companies, injury-free work is achievable. I hope that you maximize the opportunity that Safety Week provides each of us in preventing workplace injuries, and thank you for watching.